Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I'm Dr. Ojo, and today I'm going to talk about a unique topic when it comes to studying in the United States. And today I have Uchechi who is a master's graduate from the University of Missouri, also called Mizzou, and she's an incoming PhD student at Texas Tech University in Texas. Today she's going to talk about Education USA and how, to take advantage of the opportunities with this particular group when it comes to studying in the United States. Now, Education USA is also new to me, so I'm going to learn a lot in this discussion. Thank you for taking your time to join us today, Uchechi. So let's start with what is Education USA and what do they do? And if you can also add if this particular opportunity is limited to a country or a particular region or not. So over to you.
Yeah. So Education USA is a US Department of State network, and it's in over 175 countries and territories. So what they do is to promote higher education in the US. They go to schools in different countries and tell people about studying in the US. They provide accurate information, current information, and information that is comprehensive about studying in the US. So it's for international students in various countries. So that is what they do. And in those countries, they organize, apart from visiting schools to tell students about Education USA, they also organize college fairs where schools, programs bring in their representatives to that country, and then students can come in and see what and talk directly with those representatives and get more information. Yeah, so that's basically what they do. And then they guide students. When students come in and say they're interested in being members of Education USA, they guide them throughout the whole process, starting from what they require, the admission process, standardized tests, um, you know, everything about that, down to how they will process their visas, and then information about traveling when they get funded and when they're admitted and funded. Yeah, so that's basically what they do. And then this is done by, they have Education USA advisors that provide this information to students. So that's what Education USA is.
So let's talk about how to get connected with Education USA. I know you mentioned briefly that they do this maybe fairs at individual schools. So let's say I mean, is that the only way to get connected with them? For example, if I can't see any representative come to my school, is there a way to get connected outside that network?
Yes. So apart from the fairs, they go to secondary schools, also known as high schools here, to organize the fairs. And then in Nigeria, for example, we have what we call the National Youth Service. So corps that serve in each state. In Nigeria, they are located in Abuja and in Lagos. So they also reach out to those corps. They have a center where they organize meetings and they reach out to corps as well. So they also have a Facebook page, and they have their website, so people can also get more information about them from there. And then people can also go to the embassy. For me, I got to know about them because I visited the embassy. I just wanted to ask a question about something else, and then I was told that Education USA existed.
So you got to know of that when you visited the embassy.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that's something one could explore, like go to the embassy and ask for information and how to get involved, right? So if you can just itemize or separate what the candidates need to do and what the group or the Education USA group will do for you. So what are the two different responsibilities that that group has and each candidate has as well?
Okay. Yeah. So I think the candidate does everything, but they are guided throughout the process. Yeah. So they won't do it for you. They won't apply for you, something like that. You will do your application and everything, but you get all the guidance you need. You write your statement of purpose, and they can proofread that. Um, you want to write your exams, you let them know, um, and they can guide you on about centers to go to, different things. So the students does the thing, but they are there to provide guidance. And yes.
So another question that comes to mind is, so apart from guidance, is there any financial aid that they give in terms of maybe writing exams, paying for exams, or for graduate students getting funding for your graduate studies? Do they help link you up with opportunities, or they just, they are just limited to giving you advice?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Yes, so I think everything they do is to prepare students to get to study in the US. So everything you need before you get there. And then when you get there, you are funded, the school can take over from there. So here they have something they call the opportunity fund. So I'll be using the Nigerian Education USA and why I talk. So they have what they call the opportunity funds program. And then you qualify for that if you have a first class for people going into graduate programs. But if you do not have a first class, you could also qualify if you have a very high GPA and you have paper publications. So in my own case, I had 3 papers at the time and a high GPA. So I applied and I was considered for the opportunity funds.
What
And
does
with
that
yes, so opportunity funds, they pay for your standardized tests like the GRE and the TOEFL test, and
mean?
then they pay for sending out your test scores to schools because when you write the GRE or TOEFL, you're able to send your scores to 4 schools for free. But if you're applying to more than 4 schools, the opportunity funds can take care of that, and they will pay for sending your results to those schools. And then they also pay for, when you are funded, they also pay for your visa fee as well. And they also pay for your flight tickets to the US. Yeah, and then sometimes they could also give you like settling in money to settle in the US, and it can range from any amount.
That's cool. So they essentially take care of almost every aspect of the process, financially at least, if you qualify for the opportunity fund. So you just have to talk to them and they will maybe review your qualifications, right? And see if you
Yeah.
qualify.
Yeah, so they have things, they have you have to apply for it, and they will ask you some questions. You need to do some writings, yeah, and then you submit your application and they will review that and tell you their decision on your application.
That's good. So for masters or PhD, can you briefly talk about how they help with securing funding here? Is it through the opportunity funds, or you still have to maybe contact professors yourself, or is there any help they provide on that front?
Yes. So they provide information about funding opportunities. I can't like remember all the funding opportunities now besides graduate and research assistantships, but there are others, like some for women, some for low income people, they have that. So they'll tell you when those opportunities are ready and available to apply for you to apply for those. Yeah, so just providing information about those funding opportunities and then helping you to apply for them. Like the opportunities that require that you write an essay, for example, they can review your essays for those before you apply. So anything they can do to make you a top candidate, they will do that for you. Yes.
Well, that's very interesting. One last thing that comes to mind now is so we mostly focus on graduate school on this channel, but I'm just curious, is there any opportunity for undergraduates as well?
Yes. So undergraduates to have the opportunity funds um, available to them. Yes, and I know that I don't really know much about the undergraduate process, but they need to have like we have candidates that have all A's in their WAEC or maybe 7 A's thereabouts, but yeah, excellent WAEC scores qualify one to be in the Opportunity Funds program. Yes, for undergrad, and then similar things like they do for the graduate students, they guide them, essay writing and everything. Yes.
So that's interesting. For undergraduates, they just need to have like a good result on their WAEC. For Nigeria, we call it WAEC,
Yes.
or any high school exam, depending on the country where you're from. So if you are watching from Nigeria or from any other country, please find out if there is, just do a Google search, Education USA, and see if they have the opportunity in your country. Is there anything you want to add before we go?
Yes, so they have a library as well. Education USA, the Abuja Center, they have a library, and in that library they have materials for those tests, GRE, TOEFL, and students can borrow them and read and return. You can also read in the library, and then they also have guides, books that tell you about the programs, number of students in each program, males and females, whether they have funding or not. So they have that book, and they always have current ones that one could go through. And it's they have different programs there, whether you want to study electrical engineering or nutrition or whatever. So those ones are there as well. And then other books too, besides the test materials for the test that you write. Books like traveling to the US, studying in the US, things like that. They're all there. And then they have meetings, virtual meetings. No, not, yeah. Well, we had in-person meetings. So to just track your progress, to see how you're doing, you know,
That's
maybe
great.
talk to other people that are also in the program.
One last, let me say last question, because I already said last once.
Yeah.
So is this opportunity just for STEM, or are there opportunities for non-STEM, people not in the sciences or mathematics or engineering area?
Yeah, it's for everybody. It's for everybody. But you just need to, if you have good grades or high GPA, you have a better chance.
Yeah.
And yes, so and even if you do not have a good grade, you can still apply for Education USA. And if you have a first class, you don't need to pay for registration. It's free registration. Yes. So, but if you don't, then you can pay for the membership fee. I don't know how much it is. And then you get every other thing every member gets, the advising that is provided.
Oh, that's a little bit new. You mentioned membership fee. So
Yes.
for those who do not have a high GPA, they can pay a membership fee, which will enable them access the
Just
opportunity.
yeah, it will enable them to become members. So we have the membership, and you get an ID card. So it's a 1-year membership. Yeah. So, but if you have a first class, you don't need to pay for the membership fee. It's free. You're automatically qualified to be a member. But if you do not have a first class, then you need to like pay for the membership fee to become a member, and then you get every other the opportunity that a first class student got.
Okay, to clarify, this membership fee, is it different from the opportunity? Do you get to, be part of the opportunity funds just by becoming a member? We talked about opportunity funds the other time.
Yeah, so first of all, you need to be a member of Education USA. Yeah, so that's why they go out to schools or to different places to tell people about the program. And then if you indicate an interest, become a member. Even if you're not a member, you can reach out to them and ask them questions and they can answer you. Or if you're a member, you have this 1-year membership, and that's where you just pay a tip for the membership fee. It's nothing compared to what the opportunity funds paying for about 8 schools, applications to 8 schools and everything, including visa fees and air tickets. So.
Okay, I think now I understand. So the first thing is to get the information and become a member. If you are qualified, if you have a high GPA, you don't have to pay to become a member.
Yes.
Well, if you don't have a high GPA, you can still apply. And if they allow, then you can become a member by paying a small fee, right?
Yeah. So anybody can become a member.
Anybody, regardless of GPA.
Yes. But then if you have a high GPA or a first class, you qualify for free membership.
Okay. So now that you're a member, then you have to now apply for the opportunity funds, right?
Yeah.
Which will help you take care of some of the costs of applying, travel and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. So, like I said earlier, the important thing is to get the information about Education USA in your country. If they are available in your country, please, this is an incredible opportunity. I didn't know anything about that before I came to the US. So that's another channel. And the good thing is it's for STEM and non-STEM courses, and also available for undergrads and graduate students as well. Again, thank you so much for sharing all that vital information with us. I can only wish you all the best as you are about to start your PhD now.
Thank you.
I'm rooting for you. I know you'll do great. Thank you very much. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do that, as I always bring a lot of vital and educative information to you on this channel. And we also have an Instagram page and a Facebook page where I give a lot of spontaneous tips. Till next time, I'm Dr. Ojon. I'll see you in the next video.